Yo, news just in. Trump indicted by New York grand jury. So we ready to take a listen.
City has just handed up an indictment against former President Donald Trump, making him the first former president in U.S. history to face criminal charges. This, of course, is unprecedented. The former president accused of paying $130,000 in hush money to Stormy Daniels in the weeks before the 2016 presidential election. Again, the news just coming in moments ago, according to multiple sources, the Manhattan grand jury votes to indict Donald Trump. I want to bring in our investigative reporter, Aaron Katersky, in Lower Manhattan tonight. Aaron, what have you learned?
Yo, but they was on some shit like that hush money and shit. That shit is it wasn't illegal. So I'm trying to figure out what's his charges and shit though. his charges his charges is sealed. You get what I'm saying? But they said like it's not you can't get in too much trouble for hush money. Paying somebody like yo, shh. I think he just got in trouble by the way he went about doing it. You get what I'm saying? Maybe he dipped into some type of government funding or whatever. You get what I'm saying? But that Stormy Daniels, boy, I ain't never knew of her as a porn star. You get what I'm saying? But we're ready to check out some more.
Word came just a short while ago, David, that a grand jury that has been meeting here since January has just voted to return an indictment against former President Trump. The indictment is currently under seal, so we don't know the specific charges, but the grand jury had been hearing evidence about Trump's alleged role in that hush payment you mentioned to Stormy Daniels. Hush money by itself is not illegal. It's the way that the Trump organization accounted for it that got the attention of the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which called more than a half dozen witnesses over the last several weeks, including Michael Cohen, former President Trump's one-time fixer and attorney who wrote the $130,000 check to Stormy Daniels and said,
Yo, you mean to tell me he broke her off $130 some thousand? Yo, ain't no box on earth worth that much. You get what I'm saying? And then when you look at her, I can see if she was like one of those entertainer, you giving her adult entertainers and shit, yo, that had the big boobs and shit and kind of like curvy or something. The little shit I've been seeing of her the last few years, yo, she don't even look worth that. You get what I'm saying? Hush money, what? You get what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck I'm gonna pay you for the short? You ain't even all that. You get what I'm saying? I can see if you had some type of goddamn boobs or curves or something, but
in congressional testimony and during court activity that he was directed by Trump to make that payment in order to protect Trump's election chances in 2016. We don't, again, know the specific charges because this is under seal, but falsifying business records, David, is a misdemeanor in New York. It can be bumped up to a felony if the business records were falsified in furtherance of another crime. What that crime could be, perhaps a campaign finance violation, perhaps a violation of state election law or tax law. We just don't know. But it's always been thought, David, the Manhattan.
yeah, and see, that's what I was just saying. That's what I was speaking on. Like that money that he touched, or whatever the case may be, man. That shit had to be some type of like some type of funding money or whatever the case may be for them to even trip. Because you already heard, like, paying somebody to be quiet, like What type of shit is that to charge somebody? You get what I'm saying? And his shit is sealed, so you can't even tell like what he was charged with and shit though. You get what I'm saying?
Manhattan District Attorney would not move forward with this unprecedented indictment of a former American president unless there were going to be felony charges.
So I decided to look at some new wheels for
Yeah, I think this is interesting. We ready to find some more little stuff on this Trump thing. Y'all bear with me.
To the case will be on the other side. And if that indictment is not unsealed, that will be the first time when we will actually hear the charges that the grand jury has brought against Mr. Trump. And he will be arraigned on that indictment in that courtroom at 2:15 on Tuesday. I don't anticipate that he's going to be hiding out in Florida. I think if Manhattan DA's is talking to his attorneys, the expectation will be that he will show up on Tuesday to be arraigned.
I think everybody is hoping that that's the case, because I think it is worrying. It feels very unsettling to consider the alternate possibility. But let me ask you to consider that alternate possibility. I mean, all signs do point to him surrendering to the DA's office. But if he did change his mind, if he decided to try to sort of push the country into the abyss here, if he decided to refuse to turn himself in, what do you think would happen? Can you extrapolate from the experience of other defendants and other circumstances?
Yo, so what y'all think about this Trump being indicted? Now, hush money is not illegal. You get what I'm saying? It's not illegal. So his his charges is sealed. So we don't know what his charges are. But the grand jury of New York, you know, they indicted him. You get what I'm saying? His shit's sealed though.
Who might have made a bad decision like that, to try to forecast for us what it might be like if he makes that same bad decision.
Well, you threw the monkey wrench in, because what happens typically when you have a defendant who's out of state, they either waive extradition, and if they don't, then New York would ask the governor of that state for a governor's warrant to be signed for that defendant to then be brought back to New York. And here you've said, well, you've read, I guess it was a tweet from the governor of Florida saying he would not participate and would not assist the state of New York in doing that. So if you care about the rule of law, that is sort of blowing it up. Caring about the rule of law, then you're fine with, as long as the done justly and there was reasonable cause, that was the evidence was brought against Mr. Trump, then you believe that you should not treat Mr. Trump any differently than John Doe. I'm glad you made the point of saying there were 117 indictments for falsifying business records in Manhattan under Mr. Bragg, who's only been DA for, I guess, 14 months. So it is not a unique charge. It is a common charge in a white-collar investigation.
That's why I've been saying, like, yo, they keep saying, like, it ain't no major charge and shit like that. So is this shit is gonna affect like him running next year in 2025? Like, cause he keeps saying, like, yo, he coming back and shit. So Like this shit right here, like they saying like telling like hush money and shit like that. That shit ain't really illegal. It's just like how he went about doing the shit.
What maybe you think about it, if it is true, are these facts that it involved a former president who, before he was president, running for president, gave hush money to a porn star. Those are very unique facts. But if the
Yo, and like I was saying before too, yo, the woman that I seen, the hush money, what? The fuck I'm gonna pay you some goddamn hush money for? I wouldn't even goddamn indulge in no type of activities with her anyway. I can see if she was like one of those, adult entertainers and shit that had the big boobs and some type of curves. From what I was seeing, yo, maybe I gotta go back and look at her. You get what I'm saying? But yo, she ain't even look worth me even giving $5 to. And it's Trump too. If it was anybody else, they would have been goddamn dead, put charges and shit like that. They've been playing games the last few weeks with this. And then Trump that's why I was wondering, like, Trump been saying like a couple of weeks ago, they're gonna arrest him on a certain day. I was like, what the fuck? He torn the government or something? Like, what the fuck he meant by that shit?
the evidence shows that he committed the crime beyond a reasonable doubt, then you're following the rule of law. You're telling people, whether you're a sanitation worker, whether you're a pilot, or whether you're a former president, you will be treated equally under the law.
Let me ask you, based on your experience in the office in question here and your knowledge of Alvin Bragg, I think that there's been a lot of worry and concern about the intimidation.
Yeah, Stormy Daniels and shit, right? She the type you just pay when you somewhere and shit, yo, and like the other floozes and shit, it's not convenient. So you pay them, you pay her like, yo, come on through the hotel and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Like when ain't nothing else available. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can see she had some triple D's or some shit up that motherfucker or something.
And the threats that have been directed toward Mr. Bragg and toward the office. With the former president himself, promising literally death and destruction, and calling Mr. Bragg an animal, and using the most provocative possible language, and telling his supporters effectively that if you're looking to a place to channel what you're feeling right now, what I'm telling you to feel right now, channel it at him. I just wonder if you could give us any sort of insight into how Mr. Bragg can handle that how he would have and how up on extraordinary improper pressure.
Well, before Ms. Trump's dangerous rhetoric, that the Manhattan DA's office will not be intimidated by, threats, by bad press. Unfortunately, Mr. Trump said, and I'll say it, dangerous rhetoric, because it's almost close to inciting a riot. I'm not saying that's what he did, because that is a crime. But when you're there and you're taking a photo with a baseball bat, and then you have a photo of the DA next to it, and you're saying these outrageous things, you can,
Now I'll give Granny right here some. Now you get what I'm saying? Like I'll give this cougar something like purr, meow. You get what I'm saying? Like, but that Stormy Daniels though, I'm thinking like when they kept saying like adult entertainer and shit, I'm thinking like she was gonna have some triple D, double D's or something. Man, I gotta go back and look at a damn picture of her and shit, man. Like honestly, I gotta go back and look. But yeah, I give Granny right here on this goddamn panel and shit some too.
incite people who already are on the edge And it makes it very dangerous because you have people who work in that office. There are over 1,000 people who come to work every day, and that most of them have nothing whatsoever to do with this investigation. They're trying cases, they're into grand jury and other cases, and they have to walk to work and be concerned about, some not very stable person who listens to this dangerous rhetoric. But I do think that, Mr. Bragg and his staff, they're just going to go about their business. Yes, it's going to be a circus on Tuesday when Mr. Trump shows up. But as you said,
yeah, it be them former. She got there. She a former district attorney or something. It be them ones right there too. They got there and be having them goddamn tours and shit too. When she get soon as she leave this MSNBC, her goddamn tour and waiting for her ass. I'm telling y'all, man, like them goddamn cougars and shit, right? They don't be the ones, man. I'm telling you. We look at them and hold them on a pedestal as goddamn classy and all of this other shit. But I'm telling you, soon as she get home, that goddamn vibrator gonna be going on. I'm telling you, man. Experience, man. I'm almost 42. She ought to have some experience, yo. I done got sidetracked though. Salute, lovely Cherokee.